Hey, little bear bear. You gonna be a good boy?
Don't worry, darling, about the rest of our
To have
lives.
and from this day forward.
Through thick and thin,
Come on, bear.
I'll be there by your side.
Oh.
I'm gonna love you forever.
Hey, bear.
I'll be there. You don't have to worry.
Get it right at Rice's with 4th of July savings going on now. Save up to 40% on special buy appliances, plus get up to $600 back with purchase of select appliance bundles. Save up to $500 on select Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattress sets, and get a free gift with select mattress purchases. Plus, get in-store savings on barbecue grills from Weber and the Big Green Egg. The people, the products, the prices, that's what you'll love about Rice's. Rice's Appliance and Bedding Center, your local experts.
It's the July 4th celebration at American Freight. Save 50% and more on all open box refrigerators. Plus, save up to 35% off new in-box freezers. Check out our amazing selection of sectionals, like our Asher Beige sectional with reversible chase for only $599.99, or our bestseller Chase Gray sectional for only $699.99. And take it home today for $0 down and no interest for up to 12 months. Save 50 to 80% off furniture and mattress clearance. Same-day delivery. Hurry in, ends June 28th.
A little gift from Saks Off 5th. Or a big gift.
Big gifts, 70% off.
Friends as fashionable as these take gifting seriously.
I'm number 2. Want that?
No. But in the end, we all get what we want. Each other.
Right. Welcome to the prison show. Yes, the prison show. We are back with tonight. Listen, tag somebody, let them know we're on the air. We're live on the television and these other platforms that you know where we on. Let them know we're here. I have a very special guest with me tonight, Mr. Yusei. And he's a very prominent man, but we'll get to that at first. I want to talk about the updates. Listen, on next week, we're going to have an update on the young man who got killed in Shreveport, Louisiana. We will have Pastor Lacey back on in Houston, back with us concerning the young man's death. We actually have an update today for Mr. DeAndre down in Florida. The situation with that is just horrible. But we have of the platforms and of the platform. When I say of the platform, of the people who we are dealing with in the Supreme Court of Florida is definitely having the eyes on this situation. The young man was found guilty. They gave him 30 years without the possibility of parole. In other words, life. And then now, with no evidence now. Remember, folks, they had no evidence on this. Remember, he's incarcerated with no evidence. I literally have all the documents that they have in the courtroom and how they used to indict him. Nothing was legit, nothing is. Now they're trying to make him take a plea deal to a gun that he never had on hands, never had on him, never had it nowhere near it. They're trying to make him take a plea deal because they have wrongfully accused him and trying to give him that life. They know that what they've done is now going to be an eye-opening to the public and then to other people who was in Florida being railroaded into prison. So, with that being said, yeah, that's what's going on with that situation, and certainly we're going to have a full next week, full update uh, concerning that issue with him. So I want y'all to stay focused and don't think I forgot about you prisoners. And some of you have wrote in, some of you are talking to me about your situation, your family situation, and we're definitely preparing to go live with you and your situation. However, we have changing over the bandwidth to television completely instead of Facebook and any other platform that we're using. We're completely going to the television side. So I need you to stay focused and know that I am your voice in your community. We're definitely keeping you abreast of what's going on, especially right here in Houston, Texas. Now, as I move forward, I want to introduce this guy, Mr. Jeff Usay. I want to introduce him. He is a phenomenal guy. Y'all would believe how I met this guy. I met this guy literally going into the store looking for a briefcase. And of going into the store looking for a briefcase, he introduced me to who he really was. And I found out that that store is phenomenal. You would not believe it. You would think you was in a men's suit place. I mean, brand new suits where he helped prisoners find jobs and make them look presentable. I ain't talking about none of these Walmart shirts. I'm talking about the top of the line shirt, the top of the line suits. Yes, Lord. Y'all know me. I love a good piece of thread, and I went in there. If it pulled my eyes for me to come in there, then you know definitely that I wanted to be in there. And I went in there and I was so disappointed because that briefcase was, oh my God, that briefcase, you don't find it. Y'all know me, I like the odd things of life. I like the odd things of life. So certainly you guys, know that he is helping. Now let me bring him on. And while we're bringing him on, I mean, we want to welcome him. This is his first time with us, and certainly we're happy to have him with us. What do you say? I'm doing good, man. How are you? That will work. That will work. I want to cover the story with, excuse me, helping the prisoner get dressed and find a job. Of course, we have learned that you have since then moved to another area. But you still have hands on with prisoners and how to help them, how to bring them into a flourishes of society, putting them back into society as if without shame, yeah, without shame and with honors. And all prisoners are not criminal. I keep saying that over and over. You have over 60% of people in prison who are literally innocent. It was that law that says a three-time losing. In other words, folks, if you go to prison and you go to prison for stealing bubble gum at the store 3 times, you go to Circle K, you steal one piece of bubble gum. Go to Valero, steal one piece of gum. Then you go to Shell Station and steal one piece of gum. And your skin tone look like mine, that bubble gum that don't cost for 25 cents became a felony. Then they used Bill Clinton and Joe Biden's law to convict you of doing that 3 times to throw you away over 75 cents while they make hand over fist money off of you as if you were in the yesterday years of slavery. The judiciary system is not law. It is slave driving system. I can go further with that by introducing you to the amendments of the law that Abraham Lincoln wrote into staff, that certain things should not be happening in prison. Not even the people that's over the prison or around the prison or working at the prison, they have no business there due to the fact of history. So I'm not going to get into that, but I won't get off into tonight helping a prisoner become recognized back into society. And Mr. Jeff, you say, can tell us more about it. First, Mr. Jeff, you say, introduce yourself to us and go for what you know here. Uh-huh. Wow. Right. That's it. There you go.
And what
Right.
we have to do is make sure that they understand what it means.
Right.
The key is to get inside their head and show them what all of the actions that they do matter. So
Right.
just like you said, stealing a piece of bubble gum for a person that looks like you or I is a major felony in the eyes of the law.
That's it.
Whereas we know some of these white collar crimes, criminals out there doing a whole lot more
More than that.
damage to our society,
That's
they
it.
getting slaps on the wrist or never seeing the inside of a jail.
Never.
So
Never.
that just shows you how unjust the system is.
Right.
Now, when I met you, I was working with this organization called Career Gear.
Yes.
Career Gear is the male counterpart to Dress for Success.
Right.
So what they do is they provide suits for individuals who come through different programs so that they can go and get a job.
Right.
That's the first part of it.
Right.
Once they get the job, they can come back and get a whole week's worth of appropriate clothing. So
Right.
if they're working in the fields, they're going to get appropriate clothing to work in the oil fields. If
Right.
they're working on a job that requires a suit, they're going to get the appropriate number of suits and sport coats to wear, and shirts and ties and all of that to wear to work.
Right.
So the beauty of Career Gear is it touches a number of different demographics. The first aspect of it is something they call suit up, and that's when they come in, they get the suit to go on the interview.
Okay.
If you are someone that has been recently incarcerated, there is a program that they have called RISE, and it stands for Reentry into Societal Excellence. And what it does, it provides training. So they come into a class, they get trained, and then they go out, they get access to resources to help them find a job. But the most important thing that the program does, it changes the way they think about themselves so that they don't go in thinking that they don't have a shot at the job.
Right.
They go in with confidence. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people out there that have never wore a suit before, and it is a life-changing event. I've seen guys, head hung low, they put that suit and tie on, and all of a sudden, it's like they were a deacon in the church.
Mhm.
A complete change.
Right.
So that's the first thing, is to change their image of themselves. And then the second thing is to give them the skills to go out there and get a job.
Right.
So the
Right.
RISE program is something that you don't have to be referred for the RISE program. Someone can call in and ask about that program, and they can become a part of it.
Right.
There's another program for veterans as well. So the veteran program is called, let me get that name for you, Mission Possible. So that's for veterans.
Okay.
Mission Possible.
Okay.
And that's for anybody that's been in the military.
Right.
And unfortunately, too many of our ex-military men are also ex-felons, because they come back into society and society doesn't prepare them for what they're about to experience.
Right, right, right.
So we touch both of those demographics. And
Now,
the key is both of them provide training and access to resources.
so the training, I've seen it in there where, and I go into prisons now more now than anything. Going in, I'm dealing with the chaplain side of prison now on a very heavy level. Um, in there, I noticed that they go through all of these different classes,
Hmm.
but where are the real hands-on training coming from?
That's the issue. That's where we come in. Now, that's where Career Gear comes in. Career Gear has individuals that were either veterans or recently incarcerated themselves. So they know what's lacking in the prison systems and
Okay,
training. The training
right,
that they get from Career Gear is to prepare them for the job market, to give them the right interviewing skills, the
right,
right resume skills,
right.
things like that, so that they go in confident that they can get the job. That's the key. We're
That's the
looking to instill confidence in them so that they go in knowing that there's nothing that's going to stop them from getting the job except
right,
themselves.
right, 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 right. Oh, I say, man, I know I came into that store. I couldn't believe what I saw. It looked like I was inside of Mason's or Oxford Street or boutique.
That,
I mean, I want to encourage every prisoner, if you get out, to go to this to that place where they can help you. You don't have a suit, you don't have a tie, coat, slacks, pants. They even give you the shoes and the socks.
that's right.
I
And
mean,
even
you ain't got no excuse.
undergarments too. And if they
I
work in the
seen
field where
underwear.
they
Yeah,
need a coat, they can get coats. I mean, the blessing is from people like us who donate clothing.
right,
We have so many awesome people in the city of Houston that are donating clothing to the program so that they can give it away to these men.
tell us how to do it. Tell us how to do it.
Sure. So to do a donation, they take donations every Friday, starting
Hmm.
at 10 o'clock. If you go to the website, which is www.careergearhouston.org, you'll go to the section, you'll see a donation section. You click on the donations, and then you schedule a time that you can come in on Fridays to do donations. And they do it up till about 2 o'clock,
And they
and it's located at the old Sharpstown Mall. So
right,
it's now called Plaza Americas, and it's on the second floor. But when
right.
you do the donation, they come down. You don't even have to get out the car. They
They
come
come
down
down.
and get the clothes from you because you're basically setting an appointment. They have somebody come down, unload everything, and bring it up to the location themselves. So you
When
don't
I
even have to get out the car.
when I tell you it is nice, my God, there's some nice suits out.
Absolutely. It looks like old haberdashery, is
I'm
what we
trying
call it.
to tell you,
Yes,
man,
sir.
you in Buckhead somewhere. I'm gonna tell you now. I,
Absolutely.
I couldn't
Absolutely.
believe the threads that were hanging on. What?
Uh-huh. That's
And
it
as
right there.
long as you trying to get a job, they gonna dress you. Now, how much it costs them?
Zero. Nothing.
They don't believe it. They don't
It
believe that.
costs
Say it one
nothing.
more time. How much it costs them?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Zero.
$0. Just to
All it
come
costs
in.
you is some commitment to do the right thing and to go out there and get the job.
Now,
Because
how many suits
we're
can
gonna follow up with you afterwards too.
I know that's right. That's too much threads on you, baby. Listen, how many suits can they get? Pure.
When they come in for the initial suit up part of
Okay.
it, they get one or two suits and two shirts, two ties, and and it depends because we right now we have so many gifts that that can change. It depends on the kind of job that you're getting, things like
Right.
that. But
Right.
that's just the initial when you go for the interview.
Right.
But after the interview, you report back to them that you have received a job. You send some kind of proof, like an offer letter or your first
Paycheck.
pay stub or
Yeah.
something like that, and then they'll
Right.
set up another appointment for you to come in and get a minimum of a week's worth of appropriate clothing
For free.
for free.
Lord have mercy.
For free.
Lord have mercy. Folks, when I tell you this man got some clothes in that place you would not believe. Y'all know I love threads and suit. When I went in there with my wallet in my hand in my pocket because I was
You
ready to
did.
come out. I was getting cleaned up. The man
You
said,
did.
"These ain't for sale, sir. This is for folks who just got out of prison who need a job, and we're gonna dress them to impress." This thing here needs to be exposed to the city of Houston, and it needs to be exposed worldwide.
Now it is the main way that they can come in, even if they're not a recently incarcerated person, is they get referred by job referral programs like Workforce, like Work Texas, all of the different work
Right,
related organizations that help individuals get jobs. They have to
right.
be referred unless they're a veteran or someone that's been recently incarcerated. Then they can come through the program that Career Gear offers, and then they set them up with the clothing as well.
Okay.
So the main way most people come through is by being referred by one of the job readiness programs.
Wow. 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 So what do it offer what about the young men who've been just in the county jail or city jail or what have you?
Once
Does
they
anybody
it doesn't matter what kind of incarceration they've had. When they
wow.
come out, they can come there. And the only thing we ask is for commitment to take care of business and
That's
do
it.
what they're supposed to do.
That's
That's
it.
all. That's
That's it.
it. That's it.
That is a wow program. I seen it with my own eyes. I couldn't believe it. And I promise you that I was gonna get back with you about some things.
You did. You
I know
did.
you thought I forgot, but I promise you I never forgot. It was on the hotline on this hot press, and we're a new television station to Houston, Texas, and
Hmm.
we want what the community is doing. I'm not interested in all of the other stuff here on this network. I'm interested in what we can do to better all walks of life.
Sure.
Not a
Bef-
segregated network, but all walks of life where we all learn to hold hands with one another. And I don't
so
care
I'm
what
good.
your skin tone is. I need to pull you up, and when I pull you up above me, you reach back and pull me up while I got my hand to bring somebody else up with me.
That's exactly how it should be.
And I
But before
mhm.
I forget, I want to give you the address
Okay,
and the phone number. The
okay,
address is 750 Sharpstown Center Suite,
yeah,
BB20,
okay,
Houston, Texas 77036. Or you can just Google Career Gear Houston, and all
right,
of the information is there. The
okay,
phone number is 713
uh-huh.
778
Mhm.
9959. So that's
Career
Career
gear,
Gear. Now, as I
career
told,
gear.
Career Gear Houston. Yes, sir. Now, the other thing that I'm doing that's more present is with Waller Pregnancy Care Center out in
Right.
Waller. And that's
Hold that,
out
hold
near.
that. That's our second half. We got to
Yeah.
make that
Oh,
the
okay.
second half.
Okay.
You
Okay.
really
All right.
want
All right.
that's
All
the
right.
part I wanted to get to for the women's.
It's not just the Waller Care. The reason I'm there is for a fatherhood initiative. So
Okay,
this is to bring together the whole family, to
okay,
serve the whole family. All right, so
okay.
we'll focus
Yeah,
on
we'll
that
get back into
next.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All
coming
right.
to that
All right.
part because I'm interested in that as
Yes,
well.
sir.
And
Yes,
I
sir.
love it because it's teaching men from a man how to be a man. A
That's
woman
right.
can teach a man how to be a man.
That's
Only
right.
a man can
That's
teach
right.
a man how to be a man.
That's
So
right.
with this career gear will dress you, and do they help with the interview? Do they call you?
They well, what they do is they give you the tools to do the interview.
Right.
So we actually ask questions that most people don't. Like,
Right.
first of all, we tell people that
Uh-huh.
the main objective of an interview is for you to interview the company and the company interview you. So you have to go prepared with questions for them.
Right.
And the only way you're going to have questions is if you do research. So you
Right.
got to research the company that you want to work for. And then you come up with some questions that you can ask. And then we even give them some questions to ask
Really?
so that they will understand that this is not about just because what happens, a lot of people go to an interview and they just sit there and they're not interacting with the people. But
Yeah.
people hire people that want to work for them. So you
Right.
have to do the research before you go to the interview. You have to know something about the company and ask questions based on your knowledge of the
Right.
company. So we get inside their head to get them to understand that it's okay to ask
Right.
the question about salary, but
Right.
there's a way to ask about the salary. So instead of saying, so you ask what the salary is, or if they ask you what salary you're looking for,
Right.
you don't give them one number, you give them a range.
Yeah.
You give them a range
Right.
so
A
that,
range to play in
that's right,
between.
that's right, so that you can fall in between and also you don't shortchange yourself. Because a lot
Right.
of times they will, if you ask them for this amount, that's what they're going to give you when you could have got more.
Exactly.
So you have to be smart about the interview
Open up the
and you have to
range.
put thought into it and you
Okay.
have to ask the right types of questions
Right.
so that the answers will make sense to you and it'll make sense to them.
Right.
So we do preparation, especially for our recently incarcerated and for the veterans, because those are two programs that run and they sit in a classroom and get all of this stuff. It's a 1-day class from 10 to 4 and they get all of this information. There's food available to them and they get access to people that can help them understand what they're about to do
Right.
and to
Right.
dispel those myths.
Man, when I tell you that when I looked and seen what you were doing, this is not going to be an on and off switch. I'm going to keep up with you from even with the men's prayer breakfast y'all have.
Hmm.
Coming to that and videoing that and going live on the television set from time to time because I think it's time for men to come together, man. This world is
Absolutely.
in trouble. This world is in trouble.
Absolutely.
It's our fault because we're not helping our brother. We gotta
That's
help
right.
one another. And
That's
these
right.
women, I'm not a women basher, but these women is just taking over, and chaos is everywhere. So
That's
my
because
bad.
we're allowing that. We're allowing this to happen.
Or allowing. So I got
That's right.
I got to tap my brother on the shoulder and say, "Come on, bro, we got to do better. We got to come on.
That's right.
And
That's
come
right.
on up to the call and let's get it done." Listen, folks, we get ready to pay some bills. We're gonna be right back with Mr. Jeff Usay, and we want you to hear this second part. Men, especially men, you would not believe what he's gonna tell you and how what he's doing now. This man here, this man right here. We'll be right back, folks. We going to commercial, and we'll be back directly right with you, and we're going.
Squarespace is a website that makes websites. Squarespace is a website that makes websites? meaning it could create itself. Websites, making websites. Websites, making websites. Very good, Adam. I'm Adam. We're in a closed loop of creation. It's the singularity. You did it, Adam Driver.
Oh, you did it, Adam Driver!
Mornings made easy. That's totally Target.
Is this the land history promised? Here, within these lines. On this concrete court. This patch of turf. Here, you're defined by your actions. Not your looks or beliefs. Equality should have no boundaries. The bonds we find here should run past these lines.
It's been a long time coming.
Opportunity should not discriminate. The ball should bounce the same for everyone.
Change gon' come.
Worth should outshine color.
Oh, yes.
If we can be equals here,
We can be equals everywhere.
Change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will.
Folks, we back. We had to pay them bills, but we back on the set with Mr. Jeff Usay, who is capitalizing on men. Oh my, y'all know how I am about men and helping men. This guy here, oh my God, he has the passion. He's doing what he needs to do, and certainly we are connecting up. Certainly, and I want to say this before we go to the next thing. We have men's roundtable on Mondays right here on the network. I would love to have you to approach the table and talk and deal with some of the psychological issues, how men feel, and of course I've been around a lot of them and I've talked with them, but I'm sure at your expert and what you're doing dressing them, you've had some real serious personal conversation with them, and why are they so torn down psychologically and mental on the inside? Because a lot of us, we are ruined by doing everything that we possibly can, and looks like we get nowhere in life, especially if your skin is the skin tone of mine. You do everything right just for wrong to come. You know, even Jesus said, every time I go to do good, evil is always present. Before we go into that next segment here, what would you say to a man after doing all the good you do and still get approached with evil? What would be something that you would say to them to encourage them on the inside within themselves?
Well, the first thing I would say is that they need a relationship with Jesus Christ. They have to have that relationship to balance their life so that they understand, because the Bible says trials and tribulations will come. So
Right.
it's not so much what happens, it's what we do about it.
Right.
And if we have the right mindset,
Right.
because sometimes it's our thinking that's wrong. It's our thinking that puts us in a position to do something that's counterproductive to ourselves as opposed to something that's going to be productive.
Right.
Number two, associations. You got to watch who you're around. You got to be sure that you surround yourself with the right kinds of people. And number three, you have to have an accountability partner. So when you're dealing with stuff, you need somebody to talk to. One of the biggest problems that we have as men is communications. We get caught up in pride and don't want to talk about the things that are troubling us because there's somebody out there that has been through something similar to you and has got through it. And that's what you need to know is how to get through these things when they're happening at you.
Right.
And there's something I was taught, and it's based on my faith. And that is, if you weren't a threat to the enemy, he wouldn't attack you. When you are doing what's right and what's righteous, you kind of got to expect to be attacked. Because guess what? Jesus Christ was the most righteous. And what happened to him?
Assassinated that. And
That's
the
right.
own people assassinated the
That's
one
right.
that ate them on
That's
the
right.
side.
That's right. So we have to be aware of this and understand that although, because I could tell you so many stories about things that have happened, and I'm sitting there going, man, why is this happening to me? And then what I realize is that I learned so much from it. Because everything is either a lesson or a blessing.
That's it.
So you got to learn from them things that you go through.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's everything that we are is what we think. So if our thinking is not right, we won't receive things the way they're supposed to be. We'll let it beat us down. But God has taught me a lot about how to receive the things that happen. Because and one of the other things is that we have to be concerned about each other. The Great Commission is what? To love Christ and to love each other. Right?
Another. That's it.
And that's where we fall short a lot. Because right now, hate is ruling this world.
Ooh,
hate.
Rapid that.
Everybody is trying to get their own and do their own thing and forgetting about other people. And selfishness and self-centeredness is ruling things. We got to become so concerned about the rest of the people out there because that will help us. When you are doing for others, you will experience blessings that you couldn't even imagine.
This is true.
So we have to start to look at each other and say, how can I help my fellow man? And watch what happens to you.
That's it.
Because there's a law of attraction. If you want to do good in life, you will attract people that'll help you. If you want to do bad in life, you will attract people that'll help you.
Easy. It's this way.
It's that simple. That's right.
It's easy.
It's all about decisions that we make.
That's right. That's right.
So we got to be careful about how we think, the things that we take in, because there's so much stuff out there now. They're throwing all kinds of stuff. They don't even. We have to point out we're trying to redefine families. We're trying to redefine what a man is, redefine what a woman is. That's not God. That's not God's plan. God has the definitions.
Confusion.
And who's the author of confusion?
Satan himself.
That's right.
Old serpent, that old dragon.
That's right. That's right.
And
so we have to really work on getting people to understand who they are. The identity crisis is the biggest thing that we suffer from. Who am I? Who am I?
Like I did a men's conference about 4 or 5 years ago. Who am I? And that conference was wild out.
Absolutely.
Who am I? Many people sitting and they don't even know who they are. And even
That's
the
right.
strength that they are capable of, the strength that they have and they're capable of doing. They don't even
That's
realize
right. That's right.
They sitting there dead, don't even know.
And that's because they haven't been taught. And that's what we have to do. We have to be teachers and we have to be teachable.
That's it.
So when someone's coming to you with something, you got to listen. because you just don't know. And it could be anybody. I learned from my children. I got 3 children, and there are things that they know that I don't know. So guess what? I take it in.
I'll sit there and listen. You hear
Mm-hmm.
me? They know some stuff, boy. You be like, how you know that? Oh, we learned that about 20 years ago. Where you been?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Every generation
That's right.
gets quicker and wiser. That's true.
That's right. That's right.
So,
And we have to be willing to listen to the generation and not be so critical of them, because that's one of the problems. We jump on people instead of trying to understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Relationship building. Relationships start with Jesus Christ, and then it starts with each one of us. We have to build relationships so that we can understand where people are coming from. We don't have to always agree with them. The Bible don't say nothing about agreement, but it talks about understanding all over the place.
And keep peace. And keep
That's right. That's right.
My goodness. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's move into our next segment. This ain't your first rodeo. I mean, this ain't gonna be your last rodeo. It's gonna be an all the time rodeo for you.
But it's so funny because this is a perfect segue, because what I'm doing now is working with an organization called the Waller Pregnancy Care Center. It started out as a ministry called The Way, the Truth, and the Life Outreach, and it's in Waller. And interestingly enough, it was started by my cousin. My cousin moved here from New York. She's a registered nurse, and she saw things in the Waller community that she was passionate about helping. And one of them was pregnancy issues. So she worked at Prairie View, and she graduated from Prairie View, and she started this ministry out of a house in 2004.
Right.
And then she moved on and she started the Waller Pregnancy Center, and that was in 2008.
Right.
And then she added another component to it called the Family Way Empowerment, which started in 2016. So the fatherhood initiative that I'm working on falls under the Family Way Empowerment, because that's about building families. Right. So it's not just focusing on mothers. So the big thing that we've been doing, and we call it Abraham's Den. We call it Abraham's Den because Abraham is the father of the Bible.
That's right.
So, and one thing that we've emphasized, Abraham was not a perfect man. Too often, we think that we have to be perfect fathers to get through to our children, and we don't. As a matter of fact, revealing our warts and our issues is a way to build our children up so that they don't have unrealistic expectations of perfection, because nobody's perfect. There was one perfect. That was Jesus Christ.
That's right.
So we have to make sure that we lay the foundation for them. And the fathers are so important because we give them identity, we give them security, we give them passion, we give them things, because men and women are different. We have to be there for our children, because as a man, I'm going to show my son how to treat a woman by the way I treat my wife or any woman that's in my life.
Right.
As a man, I'm going to teach my daughters how they should be treated by a man.
Man, that's right.
So that when they are around this guy and he's not doing the right thing, they're like, that's not the guy for me. Because we set the foundation. We set the standards in our household. And right now, the world is trying to redefine family, and they're trying to destroy the role of the man. And I can't say it any other way. They're trying to destroy the role of the man. And we have to pick up that mantle and say, no, we have to be there for our children. We have to be there for our mates. We have to be there in our community so that we have to be accountable. We have to be present.
That's right.
And we have to be consistent.
That's right.
Those are the 3 things that we have to be. So our program does a number of things. We meet every week on a Thursday, and we do things like financial planning. We have life skills. We do faith, of course. So we have ministers that come and work with us. And we do a lot of things that are geared towards men because men are different from women.
Right.
And the blessing from what we've started already is that at the men that we got involved, they love it. And it was funny because the founder was telling me, oh, we're going to talk to him for like 10, 15 minutes. That hasn't happened yet. Every time we get together with these guys, we had one guy, we had this program on Thursday. My man was done, and he said, can I stick around? He wanted to stay and hang out with us.
What's going on? I want to see what's going on.
Because when you have a fellowship like that, when you have men sharing their experiences, that's building somebody else up. Because remember, there's a concept, iron sharpening iron. And only a man can relate to what men go through. Women can try, but only a man can relate to it. And so many men are suffering in silence and not understanding how to be fathers. So one of the things that, and this goes right back to the prisons, because it's been studied that when there's a father present in the life of a child, the chances of them going to prison reduce. It goes down.
Because they don't want to be without their child.
That's right. And they also learn skills and they learn how to deal with life. And a father who is teaching them how to love themselves is going to help them put themselves in better situations. Now, is that a guarantee? No, there's nothing in life that's guaranteed, but it definitely increases the possibilities that they won't go through life dealing with some of the issues, because our job is to make sure that their life is better than ours.
Right.
So, I have 3 children, a 29-year-old, a 34-year-old, and a soon-to-be 22-year-old. And all of them are doing better than me. They're doing better than I did at their age. And I love it. And that's our legacy. Right. And the only way we're going to change our community is to change the men in the community. Because as we go, as men go, so does the community.
That's right.
So
and the community is gone because we're not there.
That's right. That's exactly right. So that is one of the things that's one of my real strong passions, is working with men to help them be better fathers, because we don't need to be perfect. And that's the problem. And if you have had issues with your children in the past, you can make that up. All you got to do is apologize for whatever you have done, and then try to figure out how to get through to them. But that comes by asking questions, not just telling them what to do.
Right.
You gotta learn how to communicate with these kids today, because they got all kinds of stuff coming at them. And if you aren't figuring out how to communicate with them, something else is.
Quick. It don't take long.
No, that's right.
That cell phone and them tablets.
That's right.
Breathe and live. They can't even.
That's right.
They're dealing with that thing in their hand.
That's right.
Put that phone down and eat your food. Don't pick it up. Give it to me. Matter of fact, give it to me now. And you got to take it and put it up. They eat so fast just so they can get it back in their hand.
That's right.
You got to slow down. Yeah.
So we have to be that filter. We have to teach them how to think.
Right.
Because they watch. I'm gonna tell you this too. Don't think that they just listening to what you say. They really watching what you do. And if your words and your actions don't line up, that's a conflict for them.
Right then and there.
Yep.
I'll tell you that now. Right then and there, it's a messed up position for any man to sit there. But a lot of these men want relationship with their children, and these mothers is fighting them left and right. They won't let them. They will not let them have a relationship with their children. They won't do it.
Well, I can tell you this. Even in a situation like that, you still have a lot of influence, because one thing that you have to do is not allow them to be the filter about who you are. You have to show them, because one of the things that we suffer from is anger. We get mad, and that plays into them not allowing you to see them. So you have to figure out how to just say, look, I'm here. I want to be here for my kids, and do whatever it is that you have to do that. And let your kids know how important it is for you to be in their life.
That's right.
You have to.
You have to. You got to fight for what belongs to you. That's why I tell them you gotta fight for what belongs to you. You have no choice but to fight for what belongs to you. Don't let the enemy have your children.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Find a way. Don't be afraid to go to the judiciary system to get help.
That's
So
right.
that you can have a relationship with your children.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of men, we just walk away because we don't want to argue with you. We tired of, and then we feel like when we go to the courtroom, we ain't being heard anyway. They just want your money. That's all that courtroom wanted for. Child support $800. The mama may bring home $350 of that money. The rest of it is going into the courthouse every time.
Well, the key is you got to figure out the best way to make it work for your children.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day,
that's what
it's important to them. It's important to have that relationship with their father and their mother. Right. And you got to figure out how to get past the anger and all the other stuff that's causing the problems so that y'all can co-parent if y'all not together. But if you are together, there are a lot of fathers that are in the home and still aren't present.
They still ain't there.
They still not. They there physically, but they not there emotionally. And you have to figure out how to communicate with your children. Again, like I said, we so wrapped up in self-centeredness and all this other stuff. It's not about you. It's about your family. So you got to make sure that you building a strong family. And if you're struggling, admit it. Talk to somebody. Get somebody in your life that can help you. You want to be around people that can help you, not people that are going to bring you down. So, and that you have to think about the relationships that you build because you want to surround yourself with people that make you better, that push you, that give you incentives to do better things and not just sit around and do nothing, because that's not going to help you and it's not going to help anybody else around you. Because not only are your kids watching, but your nieces and your nephews, your cousins, all of them are watching, because we are fathers to a community, not just to our children.
That is true.
And we have to look at it like that.
That's right.
So the Wilder Pregnancy Center is located at 3108 Washington Street. And it's on the corner of FM 362 and Washington Street in Waller. And the phone number there is 936-372-9007.
And so y'all give bags of foods and all that stuff?
We do. As a matter of fact, next Thursday, we're doing our summer food giveaway. And we are going to have individuals. As a matter of fact, yesterday, we packed everything up yesterday to give out next Wednesday and Thursday. And so we're going to have families coming in, picking up their food, and we're going to minister to them, because we're going to take them into a room, pray with them, because faith is built on everything that we're doing there. Because the Wilder Pregnancy Care Center is about life. It's about encouraging people to have their children and making sure they have the support so that they know that they're not by themselves.
Right.
That's why we minister to men and women, to make sure that the family's being ministered to.
Right. Man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love what you're doing. I want to come. I'm gonna be getting the address from you so I can actually come with the crew. I'm gonna come
yes, sir.
And put it live on the television here and expose this to men who, you don't have to be ashamed, brother. We all
That's right.
were short. We all came up short on our tickets and for food, and we couldn't hardly provide. So this situation right here is making a way so you don't have to worry about going selling no drugs.
That's right.
You don't have to go out there and rob nobody. Excuse me. You don't have to go stealing at the store.
That's right.
You got somebody here helping you, and that's the thing we want you to hear tonight.
That's right.
We are here to help you, brother.
That's right.
Just put a phone call in. You don't know the number. The number here at the studio is 832-391-0157 or 832-488-8404. Call and we'll give you the information concerning where you need to go. You ain't just getting out of prison. We got a way to help you here. Call the number 832. Wait a minute. 832-391-0157 or 832-408-8404. Call right here in the studio. And if no one answers, leave a message or keep calling back. Someone in this office is going to answer this phone, and we're going to give you the necessary direction to where you need to go, where you can get help. I love the idea when you said that the young girls can get help from men's perspective, from a man teaching another young man or old man how to be a man. It's never too late to learn how to be
That's
a
right.
provider, to be
That's
a
right.
protector. It's never too late for us to do it. So you can come Johnny, come late, or come early, or come midway. We're here to help and to support you.
That's
Just
right.
getting out of prison, don't know which way to turn, call the studio, 832-391-0157, or call 832-408-8404. We are here to help you, to show you there is a better way and a better life and a better avenue for you and your family, so you can help be a father to your child. If you have a problem with child support, many of you already know, call this office. We will help you get an understanding on how this child support works and how to prevent yourself from being on child support. Because we do know asinine behavior is being used. And at the same time, we want to help you so it don't lead to domestic violence, somebody getting killed and hurt. You are a man. Let a man help you so you can remain in a man's place. And she
That's
can
right.
be dealt with as a woman legally without the insults or injuries to her. I realize that, man, these women will make you come unglued. But hold yourself together, and we're here to make sure that we lock on, that you don't fall into this system and systematic behavior of this system. Because at the end of the day, you can incarcerate it. She's one way, the child is going another way, and it's a divided family. And God has had enough of it, and so have we. So
That's
as
right.
we close out now, we want to thank Mr. Yusei for being with us on tonight. And certainly we're going to have him to come back and be with us on many more times, and many more, especially dealing with the prison side of this thing, because his expertise on that side, helping you get a job, is perfect. Some of y'all need to go by that store. What that store at again? 750 what?
Huh? Oh, the address?
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
address to that store?
Yeah, it's 750. Hold on. Let me
It ain't
get
Bissonnet,
it.
is it?
No, it's not on Bissonnet. It's on Bel Air. It's on Bel Air. It's
That's
at
right,
Bel
Bel
Air
Air.
and 59.
Yeah,
It's
Bel
the
Air.
old Sharpstown Mall. It's now called Plaza Americas.
Folks, y'all ain't seen no clothes you walk in there. You hear me? I'll go in there and clean that place out with them suits. I'll bring them right on. I'll bring them right on into my closet and hang them. They come fresh, they clean. They look like ain't nobody never even worn. They look brand new, smell brand new. I couldn't believe it. I thought Suits You or somebody was giving these suits out. But these are
Nope.
all donations.
Donated. That's right.
My goodness. I mean, so you need to go over there, brother. So you will have some nice clean suits and nice clothes and nice everything. So when you show up on the job, there shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't get that job. We're going to come back next week and talk about how to get a job, even with a felony on your record. I'm pretty sure Mr. Yusei got the grand theory on that part. And so we're going to bring it back next week if we can and have him come back on. Matter of fact, let's ask him now so he can give us an answer.
I will. I'll try. I'm a busy man. I can't. I'll give you an answer next week. Okay. Yes, sir. Because I just got some other stuff added to my plate. Because God is doing some things with me, and He is really using my gifts, talents, and abilities in ways that I couldn't even imagine.
Right.
And so I'm just, one thing I've learned to do is be obedient. When he tells me to do something, I do it.
That's it.
And that's what we have to do. And that's why faith is so important, because when you know your word, when you understand who you are in God's eyes, you won't let the world define you, because God says something about you that the world can't understand.
That's it.
The ultimate father is God. So he is the example of fatherhood. So if we understand that, then we can do better jobs as men. But we got to know his word first.
That's it. That's it. Well, there you have it, folks. We're going to get him back in. If we have to go over there and kidnap him, we're going to get him back in here and bring him back in. But we thank y'all for being with us tonight. We thank Mr.
Thanks for having me.
for being with us. And certainly we are definitely looking forward to bringing him back. And listen, be encouraged, brother. Be encouraged. We're here for you, and we're looking forward to having you in our presence and to help you on every level that we can. All right, that's our time. I'm out of here. But y'all be nice and be well, and we'll see y'all soon. So take care.
Eat like a king who's on a budget. 3 tasty options, fries, drink, and nuggets, all for $5. Wait, that can't be right. Just confirm that that's the real price. BK, have it your way.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape that can instantly patch, bond, seal, and repair. Flex Tape is no ordinary tape. Its triple thick adhesive virtually welds itself to the surface, instantly stopping the toughest leaks. Leaky pipes can cause major damage, but Flex Tape grips on tight and bonds instantly. Plus, Flex Tape's powerful adhesive is so strong, it even works underwater. Now you can repair leaks in pools and spas without draining them. Flex Tape is perfect for marine, campers, and RVs. Flex Tape is super strong, and once it's on, it holds on tight. And for emergency auto repair, Flex Tape keeps its grip, even in the toughest conditions. Big storms can cause big damage, but Flex Tape comes super wide, so you can easily patch large holes. To show you the power of Flex Tape, I sawed this boat in half and repaired it with only Flex Tape. Not only does Flex Tape's powerful adhesive hold the boat together, but it creates a super strong watertight seal, so the inside is completely dry. Yeah, doggy! Just cut, peel, stick, and seal. Imagine everything you can do with the power of Flex Tape.